Today we'll be kicking off season number 3 of the St. Louis Dragons expansion franchise here on Madden 24. The offseason has come and gone. We have made it through the draft, which was in the last episode. I'll leave a card at the top right of your screen in case you missed it. And it ended up being a very exciting draft with Callaghan October and Dasani Madison going in the top 2 as expected. Sir Broderick Hillingham falling all the way to 7 just to be a 63 overall. 2 additional quarterbacks going in the first round, Amari August to Detroit and Juan Escala Salazar to the Commanders. As for us, we moved back in the first and second rounds, and we added a lot in the secondary with Cam Lucifer II out of South Carolina as our top pick. He's a 77 overall hidden development corner. And we added a lot of pieces on defense with Samasoni Saluni, Jabril Fofana, and Runrakis Barber in the first 4 rounds. We added some juice on offense as well with Arturo Modelo and Tornado Davis, some intriguing linemen with Babylon, Pui Tatia, and Osu Chua, along with quarterback Chance Matsumolo in the 7th round. We added some undrafted rookies as well, including Mamadou Diaby, who was actually one of the players we drafted last year in the 7th round. He didn't make our final roster. He bounced around from different teams, and he happened to be in free agency, so I figured I'd give him another chance with our squad. That's going to bring us into the preseason now, and if you'd like to go right into the regular season, I will leave a timestamp in the description. But for those of you who would like to see how the young guys progress in the preseason, let's take a look. As you guys know, I don't usually like to start a ton of veterans in preseason. I do want to give some of our rookies and our newcomers some run. And over the last couple of years, we generally have started some veteran players because a lot of guys haven't really had their roles defined here. But now that we're in Season 3 and we know what a few guys are made of, I have decided that not everybody will play. We do have a training camp standout, and it's second-year pass rusher Trajan Blyshenden, who we drafted in the 5th round out of NC State in our very first draft. Blyshenden didn't play a ton last year. I do think his role is going to be bigger this year, and seeing him do well in camp is very nice. We ended up going 1-2 in the preseason with a close win against the Jags, and then getting pummeled by the Colts and the Vikings, getting outscored in those 2 games by 79 points. Yikes. So let's take a look at the stats for the preseason, and you'll notice both quarterbacks, Chance Matsumolo and Mitchell Trubisky, were both very bad. Matsumolo only had 1 really bad game against the Colts, but he was still very inconsistent, and Trubisky really wasn't a whole lot better. Luckily, we're going to have Puma Whitlock available for the regular season. We did not run the ball well at all, but again, we'll have DeAndre Swift ready for week 1. The rookie Arturo Modelo was our leading receiver, while Jamison Williams also did pretty solid. The offensive line was we allowed 8 sacks. Notable performers in a good way include Kenyon Green along with the rookie Pea Puietatia, and we had some standouts defensively. 2 of our rookies, Samasoni Saluni and Jabril Fofana, performed quite well along with Demore Diggins. Trajan Blyshenden played well, as did Javon Kinlaw. Kinlaw was a guy I was really excited about going into the year because he's been really good for us when he's been healthy. The problem is he's never healthy, and fittingly, in the final preseason game, he broke his tailbone and is going to be out for 6 weeks. Kinlaw has missed 10 games over the past 2 seasons with us, and that's after only playing 10 games in the previous 2 years with the 49ers. The guy is a good player, but he cannot stay on the field, so we're going to really ask a lot out of the young defensive tackles we've got on the roster. Now this is the not-so-fun part of the preseason. We've got to cut guys. Our roster currently sits at 69. Nice. We're going to hold on to 3 quarterbacks. Chance Matsumolo, I don't know if he's ready to be the full-time backup, so we're going to keep Mitchell Trubisky on the roster. Luckily, most of the players we're going to cut here can just hop onto the practice squad since we have 12 slots there. We're only going to run with 5 receivers and 2 tight ends, so not a ton of offensive skill position depth, but I do like all the guys we've got on the roster. All of our rookies ended up making the team, along with Mamadou Diaby, who didn't make the team last year, but he does make the final 53 this season. We only have 3 healthy defensive tackles, though, but we do have a good amount of depth at defensive end, and I like our depth at linebacker as well. As for the secondary, it's going to be really young, a lot of youth at the cornerback position. So we've now made all of our cuts, but there's still an extra roster spot that is being used up. So we're going to be trading Kobe Bryant to the Bengals for a 6th round pick. The Bengals need more depth at corner. We don't. So Kobe Bryant is on the move to Cincinnati. That'll bring us into week 1. We do have one quick move that I want to make. I also want to point out that Michael Thomas was there in free agency. If our young guys at receiver struggle and Michael Thomas is still available, I might give him a look. But we will be signing Devontae Wyatt, who played one game with us last year, the final game of the year against Green Bay, and he played, honestly, pretty well. And unfortunately for Mamadou Diaby, he is going to go to the practice squad, so he does not make the final 53 after all. We've got to set a season goal, and look, I want to build a winning culture here. I want to show these guys that we are looking to win games this year. Let's try to make the playoffs and possibly win a couple games in the month of January. Let's go back to our training camp standout, Trayshawn Blyshenden, who's going to have a week 1 breakout challenge. Blyshenden was drafted with hidden development. He already has star dev, and we've got a chance to potentially move his dev trait even higher against the Seahawks on Monday Night Football, which should be a really nice opportunity for him as he'll be getting more snaps than he did last season. Before we take a look at the official Season 3 depth chart, I do have some not-so-good news on the injury front. 2 of our rookies will not be available for week 1. The 2 corners that we drafted, including first-rounder Cam Lucifer, he'll be out for the first game, while Ronrakis Barber will be out for the first 2 games. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer to see those guys make their debuts. Here's the official look at the depth chart. Here is the offense. I'm excited to see what all these young skill position players can do with Puma Whitlock. We're going to run a running back by committee similarly to last year, although DeAndre Swift is going to have a bigger role, and I think Swift really is the breakout player to watch on the offensive side of the ball. As for the defense, no Cam Lucifer to start the year. He'll be out against Seattle, so Eric Stokes, by default, will be the second corner alongside of Jeff Okuda. As for the specialists and special teamers, Tornado Davis, the rookie, will be the main return man. And then here's a look at the other spots, including Trayshawn Blyshenden, who will be in there as a rotational pass rusher in nickel and dime packages. Let's meet our 6 team captains for Season 3. We do have 4 captains returning from last year. Puma Whitlock, Michael Gallup, Devin White, and our special teams captain, J.T. Gray. 2 of the captains from last year are no longer on the roster, being Joe Mixon and Rock Ya-Sin, both of whom are on the Vikings. So our new captains will be Tyron Smith, along with the youngster, Simeon Bonnet. I really like having both Puma Whitlock and Simeon Bonnet as team captains, being that these 2 guys are the 2 foundational pieces for our future, and they will both be team captains along with the other 4 veterans who have already had the honor throughout their careers. So with that, we can now prepare ourselves for week 1. Primetime Monday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks. And I really like that we're starting the year on primetime because we get to show to the world who we are. And we're going up against a division rival on the road. What's going to be the key to beating Seattle? Every time we play against the Seahawks, the game ends up being kinda nutty, which is basically every Seahawks game in existence. But every time we play against them, we really seem to struggle against the pass. Regardless of who Seattle has at quarterback, they usually have at least 200-yard receivers, and they always throw for a bazillion yards against us and score plenty of points. So I want to see the defense, especially the pass defense, perform. And it sucks that we won't have Cam Lucifer or Ronrakis Barber out there, but I'm excited to see what the pass rush can do with the addition of Khalil Mack and the new look secondary. So the Seattle Seahawks have undergone a quarterback change in the offseason. They let go of Geno Smith, who is now in New Orleans as the backup for Callaghan October. And the Seahawks are going to roll with Bryson Bowen, who they drafted in the 4th round last year out of Memphis. Geno missed the first 5 games of the year last year, and we played against Bowen, and he played really well against us, minus turning the ball over like 3 times in the last 5 minutes to sell the game. But other than that, he was really good. This team's got a boatload of weapons on offense, headlined by Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. The secondary is super young. Alongside Tariq Woolen and Devin Witherspoon, they've got 4 rookies with Zion Onulogwu and Jazzy Tem at corner, and their top 2 picks in the draft at safety with Salamani Bali and Gunther Zimmerman, along with Gabriel Jimenez, who they drafted last year. They let go of Caleb Farley, Quandre Diggs, and Jamal Adams in free agency, and they look a lot younger on that side of the ball. I will say the one weakness for this team is up front. Their offensive line is a little bit shaky, especially the interior, and their pass rush is a little bit up and down, although I'm curious to see what young guys like Roanzo Sanders and Lance Sturlovich Jr. can do in their second professional seasons. So let's get this game started. Week 1, Monday Night Football between the Seattle Seahawks and the St. Louis Dragons in an NFC West clash. These two teams always play each other close down to the wire, and it should be especially fun here in front of the national audience. The NFL wants to showcase this new-look Dragons team. The national media has put on some expectations for the St. Louis Dragons here in Season 3 to really improve. How will guys like Puma Whitlock and Simeon Bonnet be able to perform with the addition of talented veterans to hopefully help them? So with all that being said, we can stop the anticipation, we can stop the wait, and we can get this show on the road. Cameron Dicker has us underway here in Season 3 at Lumen Field for Monday Night Football against the Seahawks as we take a look at Bryson Bowen, the second-year quarterback out of the University of Memphis. He started the first 5 games of the year last season for Seattle, had some good games and he had some bad ones, but he showed the Seahawks enough for them to believe in him as their starting quarterback for this season with Geno Smith gone. 3rd and 5 for the Seahawks. Bowen under a little pressure up the middle. Connects with Metcalf, who is lit up, but he does get the first down, bringing it to the 43. Following play here for Seattle. Bowen under pressure. He is sacked. It's DeJuan Overton, the second-year pro out of Auburn, bringing him down. I'm excited to see what Overton can do in his second season. I think he could be a real breakout candidate as well. Bowen on 3rd and 12. Lobs it up for Zion Rose, who comes down with it to the 27. Not a great rep in coverage for Jeff Okudah, who just signed a $45 million extension in the offseason. 1st and 10, play action fake. Bowen rolls out right, and he is sacked by Khalil Mack. The sack attack and the red, white, and black. All the hype for the Dragons has been to their new additions on offense with these new linemen and Jamison Williams. But I feel like Khalil Mack has really flown under the radar, and I think he's going to be a great addition to the pass rush. Bowen on 2nd down is intercepted. Another new free agent signing. It's Eric Stokes who picks it off and returns it to the 22. Stokes will start the year as one of the outside corners along with Jeff Okudah. Cam Lucifer, of course, waiting in the wings, but for right now, this is Eric Stokes' spot, and that's a good first impression. Let's take a look at the offense featuring second-year quarterback out of the Ohio State University. It's Puma Whitlock. In recent memory, the second season is where we see quarterbacks break out. Mahomes won his MVP. Burrow led his team to the Super Bowl. Allen led his team to the playoffs. What about Puma Whitlock as he hands it off here for DeAndre Swift up the middle? Good run as he brings it to the 36. Swift is going to finally be the true lead runner for the first time in his NFL career. I'm excited to see what he can do. 2nd and 6. Puma on the run. Goes short for Jamison Williams, the new addition to the offense, as he brings it to the 46-yard line. Williams acquired via trade from the Lions this offseason. Puma on 1st down. Throws it away, and Tyron Smith is hurt. Not a great start for Tyron Smith's Dragon career. He's been an injury-prone player over the last few years with the Cowboys, and that's certainly not ideal. 3rd and 3 now, handoff up the middle for Swift, and he will get the first down. And now Jedrick Wills, the other new offensive tackle, is hurt on the play. Jedrick Wills should be fine. He'll return to the game shortly. As for Tyron Smith, though, he will not return, and his injury could be long-term. 2nd and 2, 4 to go on the drive. Whitlock connects. It's J-Mo once again, and he brings it to the 14-yard line, nearly getting a touchdown if he wasn't stopped by Devin Witherspoon. 3rd and inches from the 4. Puma looks to throw it. He connects. It's Isaiah Likely who is in for a score. The first touchdown of the year is by, fittingly, Isaiah Likely, who was Puma's favorite target in the offense last year. Likely ended up making the Pro Bowl. He went up to superstar development, and he's on the final year of his contract. He should command a lot of money from the Dragons or somebody else to pay him. Seahawks back with it. 3rd and 3. It's broken up. Good coverage by Jeff Okudah, making up for the poor play on the last drive. And the Dragons' defense looks really sharp so far. St. Louis back with it. 3rd and 3, play action. Tykeem Keon Jr. is wide open downfield. Barely able to keep the feet in bounds, but he does, bringing it to the 45. 3rd and 8 now. Here's Puma Whitlock, drops back, Looking for the sticks, and it's caught, but it's out of bounds. The rookie, Arturo Modelo, makes a nice play on the ball, but he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, and so the Dragons will elect to punt it. Seattle back with it, a minute to go in the quarter. Here's Walker up the middle, breaks the tackle, and Walker is eventually brought down at the 35. A big run for the talented young running back, Kenneth Walker III. Around 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter on first down. Blonde looking to throw it. It is caught. That's Noah Fant, who's going to lose 4. Jordan Whitehead read the play like a book, forcing the loss of yardage. 3rd and 13, final play of the quarter. Blonde under pressure off his back foot. It's nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of DeMar Diggins. Seattle's had 3 drives in the first quarter and has done nothing. The defense so far looks great. Let's hop into the second quarter. Puma on first down. Connects downfield. It's Jamison Williams to the 37. Jamo already seems pretty acclimated within the offense. He already has 3 catches today and multiple first downs. Swift to the right side with blocks. Another big run. He brings it to the 10. Swift has been super efficient so far, averaging over 8 yards a pop. 3rd and 5. Puma looking for the end zone. It's Isaiah Likely once again. A multi-touchdown first half for the Pro Bowl tight end, Isaiah Likely. The Dragons lead it 14-0 here, spoiling the opening night fun in Seattle. So the Seahawks have it back. Their offense has done nothing today. They've got to get on the board. Bwany up the middle. Nice throw and catch. Big hit by Devin White. But Zion Rose holds on to it through the first down. From the 37 now, 4.5 to go in the second. Bwany looking downfield. It's caught by Metcalf, who's wide open. He completely burns Eric Stokes and gets 52. Stokes has looked really good here in his Dragons debut, but that rep, not so much. Following play from the 11 in the red zone, it's play action. Bwany on the run. He is sacked. Khalil Mack with his second sack of the first half. I get that he's 34 years old, but he doesn't look a day over 24 the way he's performed so far. Seattle now at the 1, 1st and goal. Walker smothered in the backfield for a loss of 3. Jelani Salami. It's Tavai who brings him down. 3rd and goal, first play after the 2-minute warning. Seattle has it at the 3. Bwany back to Walker. He does not get it. That was Tavai who leads the way. Jordan Whitehead finishes it off. And Seattle's only going to kick. I feel like at the 2-yard line, you got to be aggressive. I get you haven't scored yet. You just want points on the board. But I don't know. I feel like this field goal feels like a cop-out. The kick is good, though, for Jason Myers. And so the Seahawks are now on the board, as it is 14-3 with 40 seconds and 2 timeouts here for the Dragons. From the 33, Puma up the middle. Connects with the young receiver, Griffin Weaver III, in his second year out of TCU, hoping for a big sophomore season as the Dragons call their second timeout. Play action. Here's Puma. Rolls out, and it's caught by Tommy Tremble. He gets 5 or 6, but they're going to tack on an additional 15. Roughing the passer against Seattle. A late hit on the quarterback from Roanzo Sanders, the second-year pro out of the University of Colorado. Costly penalty for the Seahawks. Dragons now in field goal range. Whitlock up the middle. It's Isaiah Likely who gets it to the 15. And the Dragons call their final timeout. They cannot afford to be tackled in the field of play. They're still trying to get it in the end zone, though, as it's 3rd and 10 with 8 seconds here on the clock. Puma calls for an audible. Puma's going to look deep, and it is incomplete. Trying to get it to Tykeem Keon Jr. Solid coverage by Devin Witherspoon. And the Dragons are going to have to kick a field goal. Still a solid drive, though. The 32-yard try from Cameron Dicker, the kicker, is good. And so that will wrap up the first half. The Dragons look really impressive so far, leading 17-3. The offenses look solid. Puma Whitlock has been pretty good. So has DeAndre Swift. But the defense is the real story. The coverage has been great. The run defense has been great. The pass rush has been great. This defense is playing the best I have really ever seen them play. Since this is the final game of Week 1, we don't have a halftime show, but instead we have scores for the other 15 games. Our two division rivals both won, facing off against rookie quarterbacks, with the Niners defeating number 1 pick Kelly in October, while the Rams and Deshaun Watson's team debut get the better of Juan Escala-Salazar and the Washington Commanders 28-10. The other rookie Week 1 starting quarterback, Dasani Madison, gets a win as the Browns beat the Bears 24-14. The defending champion New England Patriots, who only lost one game last year, lose here in Week 1 to Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Let's go in the second half, and right now I feel like we're in a good spot. Puma Whitlock definitely has control of the short game, but he's had a hard time stretching the field. Seattle's coverage beyond 15 yards has been really good tonight. The defense, meanwhile, of course, has looked great, but we've got to keep it going, and I certainly expect Seattle to throw the ball a lot here in the second half. Dragons open up with the ball, 3rd and 8. Puma throws it into the middle of nowhere. It looked like they tried to get a screen going, and it doesn't happen. So the inaugural second half drive ends off in a 3-and-out and a punt. Seahawks with it, 3rd and 4. Bouan's pass is broken up, incomplete. Stokes nearly could have gotten his second interception of the game, but unfortunately he's unable to. So both offenses start with 3-and-outs, and the Dragons get it back. From the 31, here's Puma. Connects with his tight end, Isaiah Likely, to the 45. Even with the additions of guys like Jamison Williams and Arturo Modelo to the passing game, it's pretty clear Isaiah Likely is still the top target for Puma Whitlock. Big run here on 3rd down for Swift. He gets it to the 21, wrapped up by the rookie Salamani Bali, drafted in the 2nd round out of the University of Alabama. Following play, Puma under pressure, loses the ball. Rowanzo Sanders with a strip sack. Who picks it up? It's Seattle. Lance Sterlovich Jr. with the fumble recovery, and the Dragons turn the ball over for the first time this year. Costly play from Puma Whitlock as the Dragons nearly had it in the red zone. What does Seattle do off of the turnover? Well, this is a good start. Noah Fant to the 42 before getting lit up by Jordan Whitehead. 3rd and 4 now with 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here is Bouan. He throws it into the middle of nowhere, and the Dragons' defense is going to hold. St. Louis continuing to look dominant on the defensive side of the ball as Seattle's going to have to kick again. 52-yard try for Myers is up, and it is good. So Seattle does score off the turnover, but they still trail by multiple possessions, 17-6. 3rd and 10 here for the Dragons offense. Downfield shot for Modelo is tipped and incomplete. The Dragons have had 3 second-half drives and have scored 0 points to show for it. The offense has really cooled off here since the break. Seahawks back with it, hoping to make it a one-score game, as on 3rd and 11, it is caught. Big play for Jackson Smith and Jigba. Down the field, he brings it all the way to the 12. What a huge play there for JSN, with Okuda playing the football rather than the receiver, and that ends up backfiring in a major way. From the 1, 1st and goal, Kenneth Walker is in for a Seattle touchdown, and the Seahawks finally get it into the end zone. It's now 17-12, and the Seahawks will look to go for 2, trying to make it a clean 3-point deficit. Handoff for Walker, and he is stopped on the play. Jordan Whitehead with a big tackle. Devin White was there as well, and they're just barely able to hold him out of the end zone. Dragons back with it, 20 to go in the 3rd. Here's Isaiah Likely, brings it to the 46-yard line. Another big play for Likely, who has 6 catches for 63 yards, along with obviously the 2 touchdowns. Now in the 4th quarter, St. Louis's offense still without any points so far in the second half. 3rd and 9. Here's Puma Whitlock under pressure. Fumbles it again, and he's able to scoop it up. Jordan Brooks with the strip sack, and Puma Whitlock has now fumbled it twice in the second half. Puma Whitlock last year did a really good job of not fumbling the ball. Today, he's already done it twice. Seahawks back with it. What a throw on 1st down from Bouan over to DK Metcalf. Easily his best pass of the day, threading the needle to the sideline. From the 48-yard line now, it's a handoff to the right side for Walker, and he is going backwards. I think that was Khalil Mack again, bringing him down. He continues to be an animal. Simeon Bonnet's been quiet, but Mack has been incredible. On 2nd down, though, Seattle gets a 1st down to move the chains. It's the very solid Tyler Lockett in his 11th NFL season. 3rd and 1 with a little over 6 to go. Here is Bouan looking to throw it, and it's caught by DK Metcalf. We've got a flag. I don't think this one's coming back, though. I think it's going to be a late hit on the quarterback, and so Seattle will move half the distance to the goal line. DeJuan Overton called for the hit. Seattle now has it at the 1. They can take the lead as Walker fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by the defense. That was Chad Muma who picked it up, and the force goes to Simeon Bonnet. We've been waiting for the big play today from Bonnet, and we finally get it. Bonnet forced 3 fumbles last year as a rookie, leading the NFL, and here in week 1, he gets another one on the goal line to keep the Dragons' lead. Problem is, St. Louis still has not scored here in the second half. 3rd and 8. Puma Whitlock connects with Gallup to the 19-yard line for a massive first down. The Dragons are fully out of safety territory now. Let's see if they can move the ball down the field, chew some clock, and end this game. 1 first down. Puma looking downfield. He's got Likely again to the 47. Isaiah Likely is him. What a season opener for number 4. 3rd and 10. Puma under pressure. He is sacked, but we got a flag. That's an easy call against Seattle. A face mask from Lance Sturlovich Jr. Seattle literally had the stop, but that penalty is going to be an automatic first down. 3rd and 13 now. Here's Puma Whitlock going downfield, and he misfires for Griffin Weaver. The Dragons wanted to throw the ball there. With 2:11 left and the 2-minute warning nearing, there's no reason to try to flush clock because of the 2-minute warning timeout. 52-yard try for Dicker is good right down the middle, and so the lead is up to 8. Nonetheless, Seattle's going to get the ball here, only down by 1 score with a chance to tie it, and just over 2 minutes on the clock with all 3 timeouts. The Seahawks brought it to the 1-yard line on their last drive, only to fumble the ball on the goal line. Final play before the 2-minute warning. Bwan starts the drive off strong as he connects with the second tight end, Houston Maverick, to the 47. Following play, here's Bwan on first down. Goes downfield, it's caught by Maverick again. Hit hard by Whitehead, but not before bringing it to the 32. 3rd and 6. Bwan isn't complete. Big deflection by Demore Diggins, who straps up Tyler Lockett. The game possibly coming down to this. It's a 4th and 6 from the 28. With the game on the line, here is Bwan. It is hauled in by Metcalf for a first down, wrapped up by Stokes. And the game stays alive a little bit longer. Here's Bwan. He fires for Smith and Jigba, tackled at the 1 by the rookie Jabril Fofana. Seattle has it at the 1 again. They fumbled it last time. They've got to be smarter here, and that's not a good start. Bwan is sacked by Jelani Tavai for a loss of 7. 2nd and goal now from the 8. Bwan looks to throw it. He gets it to JSN. He'll gain 4. They're going to need 4 more. Now 3rd and goal, under 20 to go. It is broken up. Trying to get it to Smith and Jigba once more. The hit put on by the rookie safety, Samasoni Saluni. 4th and goal. Game on the line once again. We've got movement on the line of scrimmage, and this one's going to be on the offense. A false start against the Seahawks. They'll move back 5 yards. So now they've got it back at the 9. 4th and goal with 15 seconds left, and the game on the line. Bwan looking for the end zone. It is tipped and incomplete. Okuda with the deflection to win it for the St. Louis Dragons here on Week 1 Monday Night Football by the score of 20-12. For the very first time in team history, the St. Louis Dragons are over 500 with a winning record. We have never been over 500 until right now. And look, this game was not pretty. 3 points in the second half is usually not going to cut it. But look, even though we were a little bit rusty, a win is a win. The offense started off hot, and then they really cooled off. Puma Whitlock was solid. He only completed 59% of his passes. He did have the 2 fumbles. I will say he kept the ball out of harm's way as a passer, and he did have some really good throws. As for Bryson Bwan, he was also kind of inaccurate. He had some big throws as well, but he did put the ball in harm's way. I feel like Bwan's a good player, but he has no end-of-game situational awareness, as we saw last year. We ran the ball a lot better than Seattle did. DeAndre Swift was great. Kenneth Walker, not so much. I think the run game is a big reason why we won. We saw some good things out of the new weapons today. Jameson Williams had a good first game, but Isaiah Likely, he's still the man. 7 catches, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, while DK Metcalf leads the way for Seattle. Defensively, I thought we looked awesome. One of the best defensive games I've seen from this team. Our notable standout was Khalil Mack, who missed the end of the game with an injury. He'll be fine. He was phenomenal. 3 TFLs, 2 sacks. Eric Stokes, I thought, was really good. Simeon Bonnet, of course, had the big fumble force on the goal line in the fourth quarter. We had very timely plays defensively, and obviously the defense was good the entire game, but the 2 red zone stops down the stretch were absolutely massive. The defense says they're disappointed. I don't know why that is. I thought the defense played outstanding. The run defense was good. The pass defense was good. Coverage, pass rush, everything. I am thrilled with how the defense played. And if our defense had played like a normal game last year, we absolutely would have lost. But they stepped up. Unfortunately, Trajan Blyjenden didn't do a whole lot, didn't put up any big numbers in the box score. I thought he did have some solid plays in the run game, but he is not going to complete his breakout challenge. I'm still very hopeful for his future. We did get 2 new injuries, though, one on offense, one on defense. So Damone Clark broke his collarbone. He'll be out for the next 6 weeks. We're going to call on Owen Popo, even more Jelani Tavai, and possibly the rookie Jabril Fofana. Tyron Smith is going to miss the next few games as well. We're probably going to need one of our rookie tackles to start as Puma Whitlock's blindside until he returns. Here's a look at your Week 1 scores, even though we saw them all already. Players of the Week, Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson, Keely Ringo, and Akeem Davis-Gaither. That's a very interesting group of 4, but hey, I dig it. Minus Jordan Love because he plays on the Packers. So that'll bring us into weeks 2 and 3, which we'll go over in the next episode. We've got a breakout defensive lineman. I can't imagine this is Mack or Bonnet because they both have X Factor. So it could be Dwan Overton. I thought he had a pretty good game. It could be a continuation of Trajan Blyjenden's storyline. I'm very curious to see who it ends up being. We've got 2 really fun matchups in the next episode, facing off against my doppelganger, Trevor Lawrence, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then in week 3, we'll be taking a look at the number 1 overall draft pick, Callaghan October, and the New Orleans Saints. Puma Whitlock and Callaghan October, of course, are college rivals, Ohio State and Michigan. I'm pretty sure Puma Whitlock is 3-0 against Callaghan October in college, so here's to hoping that it carries over in the NFL. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.